This video examines the landmark Supreme Court ruling in Legaspi versus Comelec, decided on July 30, 2024. It highlights the court's stance on manual vote recounts, the right to information, and the limits of the writ of mandamus in electoral contests. In this case, petitioners, including Clarline Legaspi and other registered voters of Pangasinan, filed a petition against the Commission on Elections. The Supreme Court en banc dismissed the petition for certiorari and mandamus, citing lack of merit and failure to exhaust administrative remedies. The key parties involved were the petitioners, a group of concerned citizens from Pangasinan, and the respondent, Comelec. The catalyst for this legal action was an informal document titled Appella, filed after the May 2022 elections, which requested a province-wide manual recount. The chronology of the case began on May 27, 2022, when petitioners submitted their document to Comelec. By late July 2022, after receiving guidance from the Comelec Law Department, petitioners filed follow-up letters. The process concluded on July 30, 2024, when the Supreme Court dismissed their petition. Petitioners sought a province-wide manual recount of votes, the immediate surrender of raw automated election system data, and a compulsory mandamus, arguing that Comelec had a ministerial obligation to fulfill these requests upon voter demand. The court identified several procedural defects. These included the use of unverified evidence, the absence of a justiciable controversy, a failure to adhere to class suit rules, and the improper bypassing of formal administrative and freedom of information processes. The petitioners argued that Comelec had a ministerial duty to recount votes. However, the Supreme Court ruled that a manual recount is a discretionary and quasi-judicial act, which must be conducted strictly within the legal framework of an official election protest. Regarding the right to information, the court emphasized that while public access is guaranteed, agencies maintain the authority to set administrative procedures. Parties must exhaust these established channels, such as FOI manuals, before seeking judicial intervention through mandamus. The court clarified that a writ of mandamus only applies to non-discretionary duties. It cannot be used to compel a manual recount or to override established statutory procedures for election contests as defined by Congress. This table distinguishes between ministerial and discretionary acts. Ministerial acts, such as following official canvassing procedures, are subject to mandamus. In contrast, actions like requesting an informal recount or bypassing FOI rules are considered discretionary and outside the scope of mandamus. Key takeaways from this ruling include the necessity of concrete evidence over speculation to challenge election results, the importance of strictly complying with FOI protocols, and the exclusivity of established legal channels for contesting election returns. In summary, the court affirmed that mandamus cannot compel a discretionary act, and that social media conjectures are not a valid substitute for the concrete proof required in electoral controversies. This video was compiled using the following resources. For further details, please refer to the official Supreme Court records and the provided source links.